One fateful evening, as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the village, Mwangi found himself alone with Njeri in their humble hut. The air crackled with unspoken tension as they sat in silence, each lost in their own thoughts. Mwangi's mind raced, his heart pounding in his chest. He could no longer resist the temptation that had haunted him for so long. Njeri, he whispered, his voice trembling with both desire and fear, "You are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen." For more videos like this, like, subscribe to our channel. In the sprawling village of Nyeri, nestled amidst the verdant hills of Kenya, lived a young man named Mwangi. With his chiseled features, piercing gaze, and a physique honed by years of labor, Mwangi was considered the most handsome man in the village. However, beneath his rugged exterior lay a secret that gnawed at his soul. Mwangi had an older sister named Njeri, whose beauty was legendary. Her skin had the radiant glow of honey, her eyes sparkled with a mischievous gleam, and her smile could captivate the hearts of all who beheld it. For years, Mwangi had harbored an unspoken desire for his sister, a forbidden longing that he knew he should not indulge. One fateful evening, as the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the village, Mwangi found himself alone with Njeri in their humble hut. The air crackled with unspoken tension as they sat in silence, each lost in their own thoughts. Mwangi's mind raced, his heart pounding in his chest. He could no longer resist the temptation that had haunted him for so long. Njeri, he whispered, his voice trembling with both desire and fear, "You are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen." Njeri's eyes widened in surprise, her cheeks flushed with a hint of color. "Mwangi," she replied, her voice soft and hesitant, "You are my brother." "I know," Mwangi said, his voice pleading, "but I cannot deny my feelings anymore. I love you, Njeri. I have loved you for as long as I can remember." Njeri's heart skipped a beat. She had always known that Mwangi harbored a secret, but she had never dared to hope that it was for her. "I love you too, Mwangi," she whispered, tears welling up in her eyes. "But we cannot be together. It is forbidden." "I don't care what others think," Mwangi said, his voice filled with determination. "I will defy the rules and customs for you. I will love you and protect you, no matter what." And so, in the secluded corners of their hut, amidst the hushed whispers and stolen glances, Mwangi and Njeri embarked on a forbidden affair. They knew that their love was dangerous, but they were willing to risk everything to be together. As the weeks turned into months, Njeri became pregnant with Mwangi's child. The news filled them with both joy and trepidation. They knew that they could no longer keep their secret, but they were determined to find a way to be together, to raise their child in a loving home. Word of their forbidden love spread through the village like wildfire. Haunted by guilt and shame, Mwangi and Njeri knew they had to flee their home to escape the wrath of their community. With heavy hearts, they packed their meager belongings and prepared to embark on a journey of exile. As they gathered the items they would need to bring to the elders in hopes of forgiveness, a sense of trepidation washed over them. Among the offerings were a fattened goat, a sack of maize flour, and a calabash of sour milk. These items symbolized their apology and their desire to make amends for their transgression. With each step they took away from their village, the weight of their sin pressed down upon them. They knew that their actions had not only violated societal norms but also shattered the bonds of their family. As they approached the village of their elders, their nerves were frayed. They had spent countless nights whispering prayers for mercy, but they feared that their pleas would fall on deaf ears. Upon their arrival, the elders greeted them with silence. Their faces were etched with disappointment and disapproval. Mwangi and Njeri stood before them, their heads bowed in shame. One by one, the elders spoke, their words like daggers piercing their hearts. They condemned their actions, calling them a disgrace to their family and a betrayal of their community. As the elders' words subsided, a glimmer of hope emerged. They recognized that Mwangi and Njeri were not malicious but had been consumed by a forbidden love. They imposed a heavy fine upon them, but they also offered a path to redemption. With tears streaming down their faces, Mwangi and Njeri accepted their punishment. They knew that the road to forgiveness would be long and arduous, but they were determined to earn back the love and respect of their community. And so, Mwangi and Njeri returned to their village, their spirits broken but their resolve unwavering. They worked tirelessly to repay their debt and prove themselves worthy of redemption. In time, the villagers' anger gradually subsided, replaced by a grudging acceptance. Mwangi and Njeri's unwavering devotion to their family and community slowly began to heal the wounds they had inflicted. And though the scars of their forbidden love would never fully disappear, Mwangi and Njeri found solace in the knowledge that they had faced their mistakes with humility and that they had been given a second chance to make things right. As days into weeks, Njeri, a victim of her brother's heinous act, was facing the cruel fate of circumcision and forced marriage to prevent any further pregnancies. As the fateful day approached, a one-eyed woman named Muthoni sharpened her knife, her grim expression reflecting the harsh tradition she upheld. The villagers gathered, their faces etched with a mix of fear and determination. With trembling hands, Muthoni approached Njeri, who lay bound and helpless on a mat. The blade glinted in the sunlight as it descended upon her tender flesh, leaving an excruciating wound that would forever scar her body and spirit. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Njeri was led to her new husband, a man from the neighboring clan of Wambugu. He was a burly and taciturn warrior, his eyes holding a hint of pity for the young girl he had been forced to take as his wife. Despite her pain and humiliation, Njeri bore her fate with stoic resignation. She knew that resistance would only bring more suffering. And so she became a member of the Wambugu clan, her life forever entwined with the consequences of her brother's actions. In the years that followed, Njeri struggled to find happiness in her new surroundings. The scars of her circumcision haunted her both physically and emotionally, and the constant reminders of her past brought an unbearable weight to her heart. Yet, amidst the darkness, a flicker of hope emerged. The women of the Wambugu clan, who had initially been cold and distant, gradually came to understand Njeri's plight. They shared their stories of pain and resilience, and together they found solace in their shared suffering. As the years passed, Njeri's wounds began to heal, not only on her body but also in her spirit. She found strength in the bonds she formed with the other women, and she learned to channel her pain into acts of kindness and compassion. In the end, Njeri's story became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the horrors she had endured, she emerged as a symbol of hope and healing for her community and beyond.